Hello, how are you? I hope you all are doing great tonight. Happy Tuesday. Y'all, I'm getting married in 4 days. 4. Can you believe it? I can't hardly believe that it's already here. I really can't. Sorry, I'm trying to find my page and find my video and figure out where I am. Here I am, though. I got it. Keyword is also not set. So let me do that too. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, we're doing it eventually. I think we're basically ready. We're mostly packed. I have a list of the things that still need to be done and packed. We got most of our stuff together last night so that we could make sure that everything was good. I did the final load of laundries today and last night. Okay, so this is just a backer board, okay? I don't know if y'all can see, but there's some scoring on there. I went ahead and I roughly painted this with Dune, okay? This is what I used, Dune. Keyword tonight is pumpkin, okay? If you want to comment pumpkin, you can do that. We are leaving on Friday to head to Seattle, and then we're getting married on Saturday morning. So it will be really great. We're so excited. Hi, Laura. Hi, Patsy. Hey, Sandra. How are you? So we're basically ready. Last final things that we got to do. Chris has to go get a haircut. We need to pick up his suit. We'll do that on Thursday. We're going to go get a pedicure and he's going to get a manicure because his hands are dirty from being a mechanic. So, I don't know if y'all have seen these, but I love these. There's all different spindles here. Okay, I'm going to just put them on my little piece of tape. So, I'm just using painter's tape right here to just hold this down while I paint this stuff. And all my spindles are going to be the same color. Hopefully, this tape is going to hold this well enough. And then I've got a bunch of spindles. Okay, and then I have a little leaf, so I'm going to make a separate piece of tape for that, just so that it's, because if I don't, I'll paint it all the same color and it'll be wrong. Hi, Stephanie, how are ya? Welcome. Put that right there and just hold down my leaf with that. And then I have a little, the pumpkin nub thing. Now, here's what I was thinking for that, is I want to paint that dune also. Oops. Well, you know what? Yeah, that'll work. I want to paint that dune also, so we'll go ahead and do that since I have my foam brush. Now, I don't want it to be perfect, so I'm just going to roughly paint that. And now I have this little tag, and it says fall on it, okay? But I don't really like this way that this is. I don't know if this is going to work. We'll see. If I don't, I may not end up using this because I don't like the way that it engraved. I don't know if I like it. And the paint kind of goes in. It just like scored it, and I don't like that. So I may not use that part. We'll see. Okay, let that dry with the dune on there. Okay, so this right here is Shimmer Forest. Okay, and I don't know that I've painted with this one yet. I'm just using a little makeup sponge. I dipped it right into my jar. And, oh, that paint's real nice. And I'm just dabbing that right onto my leaf. Wow, that is so pretty. You can comment pumpkin to get this stuff to make this. The cutouts are on my Etsy site. Link is in the message whenever you comment the word pumpkin. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh, my goodness. Wow. I was not sure what to expect. Hey, Sam, how are you? Hi, Donna. Welcome. But, man, that is so pretty. Wow, it is shimmery. Okay, and then I have all of my spindles here. So, this right here is saffron. This is a really nice, like, kind of mustardy color. And, I don't know. I was thinking this would be nice, and I think it will be good to paint all of my spindles. Now, you could do different colors if you want. I'm kind of a pretty basic, really. I'm not really that adventurous whenever it comes to color. So just using saffron here is a big step for me, okay? But I think I'm going to like this. So I'm just using a very little bit. I don't want, so these lines are scored on here, okay? And I don't want to get paint all gunked up in the score lines, okay? So I'm just very lightly tapping over this. You don't want to use a brush on these kind of cutouts because it'll just cover up the score lines. Kind of like how my tag did here, where you can't even see the stupid score lines anymore. So I don't know if I'm going to even use that because I messed it up. And you know I can't draw for anything, or I would try to write the word fall on there with a pen, but maybe we'll try that just for fun. Just to see how much we can all laugh tonight, you know? If y'all need a good cackle, I'm here for you. I will show you some writing skills that I don't have. I'm freehanding, you know. It's not going to be cute, but we'll try it. Hi, Jocelyn. Welcome. Hey, Connie. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me, ladies. Hi, Carl. How are you doing? Let me see. I'm doing great. I'm getting married in 4 days, so the preparations are happening over here. We're basically ready. The best thing about going on this cruise to get married is I really didn't have to do much for it, except just check a few boxes, which is just the perfect kind of wedding for me. That's one of the things that I really was dreading about getting married is all the planning and coordinating involved. I really did not want to do any of that. And picking the choices is like too much. Okay, there's too many choices, too many things that I gotta decide on, and I just want you to tell me what I need to do, you know? So having very few options for the cruise was perfect. They just give you a little checklist and they say, here, which of these choices do you want? And you just check them off, which was just my style. Yay! Awesome. Yeah, hopefully if you can get it in early tomorrow, that would be great. If not, I will do my very best to get it out. I've got some orders right now that I've finished cutting today. And if some of you might have open orders on my Etsy for my birthday sale, I got all of those cut today, and a lot of them shipped, so you should have gotten shipping notifications, but I will do my absolute best to get that out before we leave, which I think is possible because we're not leaving until Friday morning. Early we're leaving, and I'll be available on Thursday most of the day. I do have some running around and stuff to do, so hopefully. Hey, Joanne, how are you? Welcome, love. Thanks for joining me, girls. All right. I'm liking this a lot, okay? This is saffron. If you're just now joining, I'm just dabbing it on. I'm really trying my best to not go overboard because I want all of the details, the scored details, to show through, okay? And like that one, I just overdid it. So I'm going to try and use the different side of this sponge to try and... So these are just makeup sponges. I buy them on Amazon. If you comment the keyword, which is pumpkin, you'll see at the bottom of that message, there's a link to my Amazon list where I have all the stuff that I use. Sunburned! How was your cruise? Tell me about it. Where'd y'all go? I bet it was somewhere fabulous. If I know you, Miss Joanne. So we're looking forward. I know. I'm so excited too. I will be definitely posting photos. Sorry, my chair's like... Ugh. Turned a little bit and it was getting me on my legs, so I am so excited. We are mostly packed now. Everything's ready to go. I have our suitcases in our room just sitting there. I packed my stuff last night. Chris got his clothes together last night too, so he just got to throw them in a bag. And then have like little last minute stuff to do. We're taking Dozer to a pet sitter, to this lady, to her home, which I love. So he won't be locked up in a kennel. She guarantees that she is with the animals like all day long, and the max that she ever leaves is for 2 hours, and it's only on scheduled days. So she like gives you a schedule of when, you know, she does her grocery shopping or whatever it is, during the time that your pets are with her. Really excited for her to keep him. It's going to be so much fun, y'all. Because that was one of my biggest worries, was who's going to keep Dozer. Because normally he goes to my mom's house, but my parents are coming with us. And my other aunt, one of my aunts, is coming with us, which is probably the place that I would take him. Just because, like, they have, like, land, they have a fenced-in yard. It would be perfect. She's coming with us, too. So, all my options are kind of limited. And so I found this lady on Rover. Have y'all ever used Rover? Oh my gosh, Joanne. I would absolutely love for you to keep Dozer. Oh my God. You would have so much fun with him too. He is just the best little personality ever. He's so funny. And y'all, I swear, this dog, he just cracks me up, okay? So he is very, like, people, he loves people, okay? He wants to be around people all the time. And so, like, he's only, like, he'll be 3 next April. So he's 2.5, I guess. Anywho, he loves his people, all people. It's not just his people, but every human in the world he is obsessed with, okay? So, he, at nighttime, whenever it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock, he's ready for bed. Look how pretty this is. That's that shimmer forest. You see that? I'm trying to catch the light in it. It's really nice. Okay, I'm going to pull this up, and let me just quickly dry this side. Anywho, he loves people, and he has an inner clock, you know, like most dogs do, and around 7:30 or 8, he's ready for bed, okay? And so he starts demanding that we go to bed, and I'm like, I'm not ready for bed, you know, especially if we're going to stay up late. I'm ready to stay up late, you know, on the weekends and stuff like that. No, unacceptable. He wants to go lay down in the bed. And so what I try to do is like, okay, you want to go lay in the bed, you can go in the room. Like, I'll open the door for you. No, he doesn't like that. He wants me to come with him. Even if we're doing the same thing in the room that we're doing in the living room, just laying around watching TV, that's fine, as long as we're in the room doing it, so that he can lay in the bed. So recently, I've started leaving my bedroom door open, and I'm finding him in my room on my bed, which is fine. He sleeps in the bed a lot of the time with us anyways. Most of the time in his kennel, but sometimes in the bed too. He'll go in there by himself now, all of a sudden. So he's like getting a little bit, isn't it cute? This is saffron. I used saffron for the pumpkin itself. I used Dune for the background. Shimmer Forest. Sorry, that's hard to see. For the leaf. And just one of these little makeup sponges. Literally all I used to paint this part. Now, I did use a foam brush to paint the background because the makeup sponges are not great for big pieces. Okay? So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. You don't want to paint a big background with one of those makeup sponges because it will be a nightmare for you. Isn't it great? So I went and I got fake lashes put on. Look at them. Yeah, I got them last week. Or what day? On Saturday. I went and got them for my wedding. So, yeah. Anywho, so Dozer is like becoming independent, going in the room by himself now, which is like, oh, my little heart is sad because, like, you know, he's a baby. He's just a little baby. And the fact that now he's like getting more independent where he'll go in there without me is kind of, I want him to do that, but at the same time, it's like, you know, when your kids grow up, it's like, oh no, what have I done? I taught them how to fend for themselves and now they're fending for themselves. anyhow, so that's exciting that he's actually like wanting to do that. So this is the backer. Okay, now you can buy this on my Etsy from, thank you, I'm glad that you like them, Connie. You can get this with or without the backer. Okay, you can just buy the pieces if you want to. There's two different sizes. This is a smaller one. Okay, there's a bigger one than this. We're gonna use this for I think this is 4 textures. Let me just see. I forget what this is called. Everyday patterns. I don't know why I was thinking textures. We're going to use that transfer. I do need to wax this first. So let's wax. This table, so this is the Husky, it's like a tool bench. Okay, it's got 2 drawers. And don't look at the mess in here, okay? But the top drawer is like my tool drawer. And then the bottom drawer fits paste jars perfectly. And I put them upside down like this so that I can see what color they are. I love this table. I got it from Home Depot. This one, so there's 3 different sizes. There's like a 50-inch, a 60 or 65-inch, and then I think this one's 72, which I got the big one because obviously I wanted more workspace, but it's great. It's a wood top. It's big. I mean, like, I can spread my arms like this and barely touch the sides. And it's a standing desk too. So you can raise it up if you want to, which I really love. So if you prefer working standing up, you can raise it up. And then this thing is a glass mat from Amazon. It's on my Amazon whenever you comment the keyword. I love the glass mat too. This thing is awesome. It's great for painting. Like, I just cleaned all that paint right off of it. Or if you get, like, if I let it dry, sometimes I am a bad girl and I don't clean it right away. I just use this Totally Awesome. Y'all, this stuff is totally awesome. Look how bad the label is. From Dollar Tree. Spray that. That stuff works great on everything. I'm telling you. $1.25 tree for the win, y'all. Okay, so this is the Everyday Patterns. I want to use this checker one, okay? I'm not going to fuzz it too much because I don't think it needs to be fuzzed a whole lot, but these are repeatable patterns, okay? So, and we're going to have to repeat it. Let's set this right there. Now we're going to use, I'm going to kind of overlap a little bit so that it's not like perfect on the edges. I don't want it to be perfect. I feel like I have something in there. Oh, it's just like a bubble right there. Okay. Thanks, I made it. Isn't it cute? Don't be a lady, be a legend. I love this shirt. Okay, we're going to use Shimmer Harvest. Now, again, the background on this is just Dune. I just painted it kind of messily. I didn't even paint it really well because, you know, I love the rustic look. Now, this is Shimmer Harvest. Love this color so much. I thought it would be perfect for this background. It's kind of muted, I guess is the right word. And I'm just going to use a little bit so that, because I'm going to have to reuse this transfer and I don't want to have to clean it in between. So I'm not going to cake on a bunch of paste. And by the way, the shimmer pastes are really good for this kind of thing where you have to, if you're going to reuse a transfer, they work so good. And you don't have to clean the transfer every single time in between. Now, if you use it a whole bunch of different times, like in a row, it'll get clogged because the shimmer eventually will clog it. But the matte will clog it faster, okay, from my experience at least. Now, I'm going to I'm trying to scrape up as much as I can with my squeegee as I go. All right. And like really do the thing, okay? So get it all in there. I'm just using a mini squeegee. These are my go-to. I really like them because you can buy them in a 12-pack. And they're small. You can cut them in half if you want a smaller one. And then you have 2. Or you can just use them. Just as is, okay? And the 12 pack is great. So then you have, if you have a project with multiple colors, then you don't have to clean your squeegee to use a different color. But even just cleaning it is simple with just a baby wipe or a Lysol wipe. Just wipe it down. Okay, there you go. Now, I'm going to just scrape up my excess and then, ooh, I like that. Now, this the backer board is, oops, it is scored, so it shows you where the different pieces of this pumpkin are going to sit. Let me just put that over there for a second. So let me dry this. Ooh, you know what? What I'm thinking I should have done now is turn this and do it on a diagonal. I think that would have been really nice. But that's okay. We're going to continue the way we're headed right now, because I think this is going to be great. We're going to have to place this 4 times, it looks like. Or maybe, yeah, probably 4 times to get this entire surface area. But again, this pattern is repeatable. So it's easy to line it back up and continue the pattern, okay? And I'll show you how to do that. Hi, Stace. How are you? I got this from Home Depot. I ordered it online, and I love this table, and it fits a ton of paste. I mean, every single one of my paste jars that I own fits in the drawer, the bottom drawer. And then there's a top drawer, and one of my friends turned me on to these little, like, organizer things for the top drawer, which I haven't done it yet because I'm lazy. Okay, I have no other excuse other than just pure laziness. But I am gonna do it someday. I'm gonna put my drawer organizers in it, and then I'm gonna be unstoppable. But until then, my top drawer is just a nightmare to get into. I mean, like, it's just. It's not a good look for me, but it's fine. Especially as a Virgo, because Virgos are very super hyper organized. And I generally am, and I feel like chaotic whenever I'm not organized. And so that's probably why, like, if you meet a Virgo with depression, it's probably because their environment is not organized. Not saying I'm depressed, but when I am unorganized, I am not as productive. And it's harder for me to get going when I'm not organized because I can't think straight whenever stuff is just everywhere. Look at you, girlfriend. Well, I did on... God, I don't even know what day it was. I guess it was Friday after work. I had a bunch of boxes in my room. Y'all, I've been so bad in my craft room. I had chalk boxes in here from deliveries where I had opened them and I was just digging through them. It was disgusting. Okay, it was terrible that I was doing this. But, oh, that looks so good. See how it's repeatable and you can't even tell where it was and where it is now? Oops. Hey, Lori. How are ya? Welcome. Yeah, so I actually came in here on Friday afternoon and I unpacked all those boxes because I just couldn't take it anymore. Usually I get to that point where I'm like, I'm done here. Until something changes, I can't continue like this. And that's, which, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I had told myself that I was going to spend a day on the weekend cleaning up my craft room. And, you know, we all have big plans during the week when we're, like, busy at work and things are happening and you're like, I'm going to be productive this weekend. I'm going to do all this stuff. And then the weekend comes and, y'all, I just want to turn into the couch, okay? I just want to become the couch. Like, that's my goal most weekends. Is to become one with the couch and not do a single thing. And it's terrible because then I'm not productive, and it makes me feel bad for not being a productive member of society. But sometimes I just need to be lazy. And that's what I did 2 weeks ago whenever I had told myself, you're going to get your butt up and you're going to go in there and you're going to open all those boxes and you're going to tear down the boxes and you're going to put all your stuff away. Did I? Absolutely not. I finally did it on Friday, and y'all, I'm telling you, not having a tripping hazard whenever I walk through this room is like, it really is where it's at, okay? So I encourage you, if your craft room or any room in your house is a mess right now, just like set yourself a timer. That's one of the things that I do love to do, is set a timer, especially during the day. I do work from home, so I'm here during the day, and like at lunch I'll have like 30 or 45 minutes free, so I'll set myself a timer for that 30 or 45 minutes that I'm free, and I'll do as much stuff as I can in that 30 or 45 minutes, and that is my most productive time. Yeah, Karen, I hear you, because I don't want to come in here whenever it looks like it did. I do not want to enter this room, and it's sad because I love this space. It's absolutely my favorite room in this house. It's my favorite place to be. And when I don't want to come in here, that's not good for anybody. Yeah. Exactly, Karen. I probably could have had one in one of those boxes that I got too, and I would never even stinking know it. What's great about opening chalk boxes too is it's like Christmas Day, because I don't know what I ordered. Who knows what's in there? I mean, I've already dug around in it a little bit and pulled out the things I immediately knew I needed. Not a clue what's in them. Whenever they come. It's so bad. It's really bad. That's not good. Okay. Let me see if I can line this sucker up. Okay. So last one, I told y'all we were going to do this 4 times, and here we are at the 4th time, still using the same transfer. Haven't washed it yet, and it's still going strong. Okay, I lined it up for the last time just to get this little corner down here. And I covered this entire board, even though some of it is going to be covered up, because this is a spindle project, right? So the spindles have spaces in between them. They don't connect together. So I couldn't like say, oh, the pumpkin's going to be here, so I don't need to do that. No, I had to do all of it, which is fine. Let me close this. Yep. I hear you, Karen. I mean, I'm the same way with Amazon too. I'll order stuff from Amazon, and you know, I'm sitting there, I'll be like thinking about something like, oh, I need that, like whatever it is. The other day, my nephew asked me if we had any duct tape, and I'm like, doubtful. Okay, so I order it, and that's how I am with other random things. I think of something and I'm like, oh, we need light bulbs. I changed off the light bulbs in my bathroom the other day, and it was the last light bulbs that I had in the box. I usually buy like that, like 15 pack of light bulbs. Oh, I need to order those. So I'll get Amazon packages and they'll just come in. And Chris will he'll like gather them and bring them in from the porch, because our little camera will tell us like, hey, I'm watching your packages for you. And so he'll bring them all in and he'll be like, what is this? And I'll tell him, I have no idea. I have not a single clue at all. I couldn't tell you what that is. You're going to have to open it and figure it out for me, because who knows? It could be anything. Honestly, it could be any number of things. We have no idea. We'll find out together. So this is a distressing ink pad, okay? This is what I was thinking for this little stem. Okay, so there's my pattern on my backer. All right, that's done now. Let me just get this out of the way so that I can make some room. Now, I love these little things. These are also in my Amazon store. Just use them for the ink pad. Okay, get you some ink on there. And then I didn't want this to be Dune, okay? But Dune is a good background color for it. And then I can use my distressing ink on it and make it brown, okay? And then, of course, let's see if we can... I don't want to go too hot and heavy on this, like this, but I do want to give it a little bit of a distressed look, okay, with the ink pad here. Okay, now you can comment pumpkin, get all this stuff for yourself, okay? Get the chalk products I'm using. Make sure that if you're not yet my Perks member, that you sign up for Perks. You can save 30% on all of your purchases from my website with a Perks membership. And all the time, okay? Plus, your club will also be 30% off if you're a club member. So do that for yourself, okay? And just adding a little, I don't want this to be perfect looking anymore, okay? And I think that that saffron paste is the perfect color to kind of be our background, and then this little ink pad will work great to rough it up a little bit. So yeah, Karen, I know how you feel. I do it with all the boxes that enter this house. I just, and a lot do. Our poor delivery drivers. I think I probably have a couple of Amazon deliveries most days. And I know it's different delivery drivers too, which is so bad. But I just don't want to leave the house. I don't want to go anywhere. Hi, Tina. How are you, love? All right. Okay, I'm trying to just clean my hands up a little bit. And y'all, I'm getting so excited. I can't wait. On Thursday, I'm going to change out my nails. I'm going to do my wedding nails. I'm so pumped. I can't wait. And we're meeting everybody in Seattle for like we're going to do a dinner the night before the wedding at the hotel and hang out with everybody. And I think that's wrong. Yeah, this one goes over here. So, super excited about that. Alright, I'm trying to see where all these go. Now, as y'all know, I like to lay everything out first. Make sure that I have it together before I start gluing anything down, because last thing I need is to be missing a piece or something silly like that. I am going to dry these a little bit because I have a little... That ink is not all the way dry on that piece. Okay. Here we go. Oh. Yeah, okay, I had these backwards. I knew something was funny there. Okay, and then this gorgeous leaf that we painted with Shimmer Forest, which I love. And I do have this tag, and I messed it up. I did too much paint on it, so I think we're going to leave that off for now. But this is coming together quite nicely. I'm liking this a lot. So I'm going to use Stick Fast. Again, it's on my Amazon. I love this glue. Be real careful with it because you will glue yourself to something else, okay? If you're not careful. And a little goes a super long way. It does take a second to dry, but once it's dry. And it dries clear. Okay, I probably shouldn't have put glue in the center on that leaf, but that's okay. It'll dry clear and it'll be fine. Now, just the tiniest little bead on here, okay? Not too much. And then just press it. And then again, just a bead on there. And it does give you a little bit of time before it like really takes hold, but then it takes hold. So make sure that you're ready for it to take hold, and don't get it on your hands because you'll be glued to whatever it is that you're touching. You can get it off with just a piece of sandpaper, but I always hate gluing myself to stuff, which happens pretty constantly. It's usually a miracle if I get done with the project and I haven't glued myself to anything. Y'all, I'm loving this one. The colors on this are great. This is really, really nice. And I just love that all of these are laid out for me to, like, it's all scored on here, so I know exactly where everything goes. Goodness, it makes my life so much easier. Just like that, lay it down there. And you could add a bow to this if you want to, which maybe that's what we'll do instead of the little tag, because I think that tag is, I'm not even going to try and embarrass myself, okay, tonight and try to write the word fall in there, because it will not, I don't think it'll go well. I don't have a lot of faith in my handwriting skills, which is funny because actually one of my friends got married, like, I think they've been married for like 7 years now, but she actually asked me to address all of their envelopes because she loves my handwriting. And I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with you, but my handwriting is not great. I mean, it's not terrible, but I would not be doing that, asking my friend that. Y'all, this looks awesome. I love it. I mean, just as is, this is just perfection, but of course I have a tangle. So this is my mess that I have in my drawer here. It's fine. Everything's fine. There's several pieces of string in here that I've cut off because I had it probably too long, and I thought, oh, I'll just keep that and it'll be a remnant that I'll use later maybe. All right. Just tie a cute little bow. Doesn't have to be anything super fancy. Give it a little haircut. And a little dot of that stick fast, I hope, will hold this. We'll see. Maybe. Yeah. It seems to be holding. Hopefully it will. This stuff is a miracle. It's like almost like a super glue, but not quite. Okay, so my little tag was a fail. That's fine. Okay. I don't think this was a fail though. I think this is a beauty. So make sure that you comment pumpkin. Let me know that you love this. And check out everything on my Etsy. Okay? Love you all. I will see you tomorrow. Come hang out with me so that we can make fun stuff together. Good night.